Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, this is not going to be a surprise or news to anyone, but Megan flopped. She flopped hard. The first Megan made like $30 million opening weekend. The the sequel made 10 million ish. It's just really sad. It's not surprising because it was clear from the trailer that they were throwing out everything that made Megan fun and good and interesting and an icon and a cult phenomenon for a moment there, and a TikTok sensation for a moment there. They threw it all out. They got rid of her literally as a doll. Now she's like a female sized like android just with sort of a Megan face. It doesn't even look like Megan anymore. Now, honestly, I didn't pick up on this when I was watching the trailer. I didn't get that they'd actually made her like adult now. They'd actually aged her up. So instead of a little girl doll, she's actually like an adult. I don't know why that didn't hit me. I guess I just don't see women because I'm gay. I wasn't looking that hard. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's not the big-headed little baby doll sort of figure that was really creepy as a robot, as an evil robot. Now she's like just a female girl boss sort of version Megan with like a normal sort of proportioned head and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't know how I didn't get that the first time, but yeah, that's one major change they made. And then of course they made her into the good girl. And then they have this other android she's fighting, and it's like T2. They just went T2 with it, and it's like no, just no. People wanted to see Megan back as that same little doll that was creepy, and just they wanted a Megan movie, and this is not a Megan movie. This is a T2 movie where they're trying to make a superhero character out of this character they've already established, and that's not the genre that it should be. It shouldn't be like action, adventure, whatever they want to make, superhero films, whatever they want to call them. It's supposed to be horror, thriller, camp, and that was fun. And they've tried to do that while making her an action star. It's like it just didn't work. And like, who are you making this for? No one asked for Megan to be an action superhero. No one wanted that. No one asked for that. And maybe they're just thinking toys and figures, and maybe if they can turn her into some sort of superhero, then they can just make a series of Megan films. Apparently they are planning, and not just a third film that they were planning, but they're also planning a spin-off series. So they're just going to do a bunch of AI robots that are all like super powered, and it's going to be like Dark Angel, but like robots or something. I don't know. It's just you have these people in a boardroom with merchandising and IP, and in their eyes, and they just missed the point. They just totally missed the point of what the film was, why it worked, why fans loved it, and then they just seem to think if they just spend enough money on publicity and advertising that people will just buy the product. Just we make product, we promote product, you buy product, and there's nothing more to it. Like no thought goes into it, and we're just gonna eat it up like sheep. And it's like, no. Fans wanted to see Megan. They loved the first Megan film. They loved that character, and that's how it should have stayed. Turning her into an adult robot that is now the good guy, good girl, who's fighting an evil android who's just a human playing an android in a human body. It's just, this is nothing about this is Megan. It's just, and it just, how they thought, I mean, I'd like to think that this was all, the management, wanting to just capitalize on the first film and just thinking of ways to do it without any consideration to what the actual franchise was or what the character was or what fans, enjoyed or wanted. And I hope the creatives were just sort of paid to come in and try and make it work. Like, well, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going with the IP we own. Do you want to direct it and try and make it good, or do you want us to just give it to someone else because we're doing it either way without you? I think I'd like to think that's what happened with Mr. Wan and the other people involved who were involved with the original. But there's really no way to tell. That may have been all their idea. They may just be that feckless. I think that's the right word. I don't think so, actually. Should have just gone with clueless. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Megan's $10 million flop weekend. And this film cost a lot more to produce than the first film. It's going to make a lot less. So Blumhouse, I mean, you make cheap horror movies that make a lot of money because they're good. You can't start trying to make expensive superhero movies with, super robots, unless you're going to make some money. And maybe creating an original character that you could have promoted from the start as that might have worked, but trying to turn Megan into that, this was inevitable. This was, you could see it from a mile away, just like Joker 2. I saw that as soon as I heard about that and the casting and the title. I was like, gonna flop. Same with this. I was kind of hoping somehow they'd wrench up the camp element, and that would sort of just overshadow the lack of horror and the action, and sort of be the main point, and that would just sort of be on the side. But they just went with the action and just no. So yep, flop, failure. We'll see how bad it goes next weekend, because it's going to be bad word of mouth on top of everything else.